So here's part 2 of my birth and journey through motherhood story. So the babies have come back from NICU, and now I am a full-time parent and student. My goal at this point was to still apply for pharmacy school in the spring so that I could go to pharmacy school in the fall. So after the Christmas holidays with newborn twins, I signed up for spring semester, and I signed up to take biochemistry and I believe another microbiology class. Microbiology is going amazing. I love microbiology. I had one of the best teachers that I think I've ever had in my life for microbiology. However, biochemistry was a big difference. With newborn twins and breastfeeding and going to doctor's appointments and all that good stuff, I was also going to school on Mondays and Wednesdays. I was scheduling all of my classes on Mondays and Wednesdays, and then I could be at home throughout the rest of the week. I was taking classes between the hours of like 8 and around noonish. So when I got out from school, I would come back home. The twins would be there. Their dad would leave, go to work, or, do whatever he had to do for the day. And I was there with the twins. My microbiology classes ended up being like one of those types of classes where they really weren't teaching a lot. Like, he would get up on the screen and he would show pictures and he would talk about things that were interesting to him, but he wasn't teaching us the material. So like 3 weeks in the class after the first test, I realized, wow, I am probably not going to be going to pharmacy school next year, because with twin daughters that are newborns, becoming a new mom, I wasn't in the best of relationships at the time. It was just too much for me it was a lot for me to just get the information and study it, let alone teach myself and then perform on the test. So I made the hard decision to drop biochemistry and just do my best in microbiology, which meant that I was not going to pharmacy school next year. So there was no need in me applying. However, there was a student that was in my microbiology class that had an interview for the school that I was going to apply to before. And she was trying to get into the same program again. And she said that she didn't get into the program last year because she didn't interview well. So this kind of intimidated me a little bit. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and apply as if I were going. And then I'll go to the interview and it'll just be a practice run. The crazy part about how all that worked out was that I actually missed the original date to even apply. But for some reason that year, my school decided that they were going to extend the deadline for applications. So I told my mom that I would apply. And if you didn't know, my mom is also a pharmacist. I wanted to apply, get my feet wet, go to the interview, perfect my interview skills, just kind of put myself on the radar. But I did not expect to get in. Number one, because I couldn't pass biochem at this point. Like, it was too much. And then number two, because I had talked to this other girl who had way more experience in working in a pharmacy than me. And she said she didn't get in the first time. So she was the reason why I was going to go and interview in the first place, because I didn't want to not know the process when, it became my time. So I thought I would just go ahead and interview. Didn't make it. Cool. That's fine. At least I knew what the interview was about. So your girl got an interview. Let me know if you want part 3 and I'll tell you about the interview.